Welcome students to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor R. Sukanya Devi from Kumaraguru College of Technology, Coimbatore. Today we are going to have a session about recycle and reuse of textile wastewater. As we all know, water is a scarce natural resource and it is very essential for all living beings. Recycling and reuse of water is an effective method to utilize water. The textile industry consumes large quantities of water and produces large volumes of wastewater from different processes. In this session, we are going to have a look at the recycling and reuse of treated wastewater from the textile wet processing industry. So, what is a recycled water? Recycled water is also called as reclaimed water. Reclaimed or recycled water, also called as wastewater, reuse or water reclamation, is the process of converting wastewater into water that can be used for other purposes. Reuse of water can be direct potable reuse of water or indirect potable reuse of treated wastewater. So, what are the applications of recycled water? Recycled water can be used for many purposes. It can be used for irrigation of gardens and agricultural fields, finishing surface water and groundwater, that is groundwater recharge. This groundwater recharge can be a direct one or an indirect one. Water also be directed toward fulfilling certain needs in residences, example toilet flushing, in businesses and industry. Even be treated to reach drinking water standards. Reuse of treated water by the same industry which has polluted the water. The reuse of water can be used for construction activities like concrete mixing. It can be used to form artificial lakes which will increase the groundwater resources. Now moving on to the factors that are influencing recycling and reuse of water. As we all know, the limited primary fresh water resources, the awareness on environmental pollution has influenced the reuse of wastewater. To reduce and eliminate the discharges of wastewater into receiving environment. The scope to overcome political, community and institutional constraints. So, minimization of infrastructure cost in terms of total treatment of wastewater and discharge cost. Environmental benefits of water recycling. Reuse of water provides benefits to environment such as it provides additional source of water. Recycling helps to find ways to decrease the diversion of water from sensitive ecosystem, decrease or reduce of wastewater discharge, reduction and prevention of pollution. Tailoring water quality to a specific water use reduces the energy needed to treat water. Moving on to the textile wet processing. Textile wet processing uses huge quantities of water for finishing off the textile materials. For treating 1 kilogram of textile fabric, approximately 110 liters of water is being used. The processed waste water is termed as effluent, and the waste water after processing is treated in many ways in order to convert the waste water into reusable water. So now we are going to analyze the input and output analysis of textile wet processing. So the textile wet processing includes pre-treatment, dyeing, printing and finishing. Pre-treatment includes desicing, scouring, bleaching and mercerization, and lot of chemicals are used for the pre-treatment of textile materials. Then comes the dyeing, where other chemicals like salt, sodium hydroxide, other reducing agents along with dye stuffs are used. So the input water will be 60 to 360 liters per kilogram of a textile material, and the water after processing is treated as effluent. So the table shows the characteristics of textile waste water from different processes. In sizing and or slashing, it is 7. The pH of water is 7 to 9.5, and the total suspended solids in wastewater is 1500 to 2500, and the BOD is 620 to 2500. So in desicing, the pH is 6 to 8, and scouring it is 13, and bleaching it is 6, and mercerization is 12 to 13, and dyeing it is 10.5, and the BOD limit is higher in case of desicing. So in order to treat the effluent from different processes, the treatment of textile waste water is carried out in as primary treatment, secondary treatment and tertiary treatment. This slide shows the flow diagram of a zero liquid discharge. Zero liquid discharge is nothing but the wastewater which comes from the industry is treated and the water is reused by the industry itself. The wastewater from the textile processing industry is classified as two. One is dye bath effluent and the other one is wash water effluent. So two different treatment processes carried out in zero liquid discharge. The wash water liquor will take a separate route and the dye bath will have a separate route. The wash water treatment includes primary, secondary and tertiary treatment. After the tertiary treatment, the sludge from the wash water is a reject and the waste water can be reused. When moving on to the dye bath, the dye and the other salts are removed by evaporation process and the water is recovered and the salt remains as a solid waste. This slide shows the flow chart of textile wash water treatment plant. The wastewater from a different pre-treatment and washing process is collected in the collection tank. Next comes the equalization tank. Third one is the flash mixing tank where lime, ferrous, polyelectrolyte will be added so that coagulation will be done and all the suspended and other particles will be sedimented and the water alone will be carried on to the clariflocculator, and there are several set of filters which will filter and allow the water to pass through it. Comprises of the primary treatment. And now moving on to the secondary treatment, the water from the primary treatment is taken to the aeration tank where microbes and bacteria will be fed to the aeration tank. After aeration tank, the water will be taken to the secondary clarifier and again a flash mixing tank coagulates the bacteria and other chemicals present in it, and the water is given to the tertiary treatment where it includes ultrafiltration and reverse osmosis. So after reverse osmosis there will be two. After reverse osmosis, the permeate liquor, that is treated water, will be taken for reuse and RO reject, reverse osmosis reject, will be taken to the dye bath effluent. So this slide shows the characteristics of treated wastewater. The pH of influent is about 9 and after RO stage 2 it will be 5.7%. The chemical oxygen demand is that it is 586 and it is RO stage 2 it is 17. So the color, it is less than 10 and after RO reject it is RO permeate, it will be colorless. So this water is under the norms and this can be reused for other purposes. So uses of recycled water after secondary treatment, that is after biological oxidation and disinfection, the water can be used as for surface irrigation of orchards and vineyards. It should be used only for non-food crop irrigation, restricted landscape impoundments, groundwater recharge for non-potable aquifer, wetlands, wildlife habitat, stream augmentation and industrial cooling process. So the treated wastewater after tertiary and advanced treatment, the textile processing industry itself, that is the industry utilizes the total amount of water after tertiary treatment for its own purpose, and apart from this it can be used for landscape and golf course irrigation, toilet flushing, vehicle washing, food crop irrigation, unrestricted recreational impoundment, indirect potable reuse, that is groundwater recharge for potable aquifer and surface reservoir augmentation. Quality issues of wastewater reuse. There is no evidence of increased enteric diseases in housing areas irrigated with treated reclaimed wastewater, and there is no evidence of significant risk of viral or microbial diseases due to effluent aerosols from spray irrigation and with reclaimed water. So primary water quality criteria. In India, the Central Pollution Control Board has developed a concept of designated best use, according to which out of several uses a particular water body is put to, the use which demands highest quality of water is called its designated best use, and accordingly the water body is designated. The Central Pollution Control Board has identified 5 such designated best uses. So, drinking water source without conventional treatment but after disinfection is classified as A, and the criteria are total coliforms organism MPN per 100 ml should be less than or equal to 50. The pH of drinking water should be between 6.5 and 8.5. The dissolved oxygen should be greater than or equal to 6 mg per liter. The BOD after 5 days at 20 degrees centigrade should be less than or equal to 2 mg per liter. The next class is B, which is outdoor bathing. The total coliforms organism MPN per 100 ml should be less than or equal to 500. The pH should be between 6.5 and 8.5. The dissolved oxygen should be greater than or equal to 5 mg per liter. The BOD tested at 5 days at 20. The BOD tested for 5 days at 20 degrees centigrade should be less than or equal to 3 mg per liter. Drinking water source after conventional treatment and in disinfection is classified as C. Total coliforms organism MPN per 100 ml should be less than or equal to 5000. The pH should be between 6 to 9. The dissolved oxygen should be greater than or equal to 4 mg per liter. BOD tested for 5 days at 20 degrees centigrade should be less than or equal to 3 mg per liter. Propagation of wildlife and fisheries. The wastewater should contain the following parameters and it is classified as D. The pH should be between 6.5 to 8.5. The dissolved oxygen should be greater than or equal to 4 mg per liter. It should be free from ammonia, that is 1.2 mg per liter or less. The last one is irrigation, industrial cooling, controlled waste disposal, class of water as E. The pH should be between 6 to 8.5. Electrical conductivity at 25 degree centigrade should be maximum 2250. Sodium absorption ratio should be maximum 26. Boron maximum should be 2 mg per liter. So, future of water recycling. Water recycling has proven to be effective and successful in creating a new and reliable water supply without compromising public health. Textile industry at the maximum utilizes the water for its own purposes due to zero liquid discharge treatment processes. Solution for effective discharge of sludge is required by the industry. Textile industry requires cost effective advanced treatment methods so as to compete with other countries. Non-potable reuse is an accepted method and will continue to grow. To conclude this session, so far we have discussed about the recycling methods and reuse of the wastewater from textile industry. Though textile industry adopts several methods to treat the wastewater, it has its own problems. Even though the total treated water from the zero liquid discharge plant is reused by the industry, the sludge generated by the zero liquid discharge is a huge problem, and several methods are to be adopted and research work is highly appreciated for treating of the salts and sludge, and it is very essential for us to preserve, effectively utilize and reuse water for sustainable growth of industry as well as our country.